All right.
Is this Greg? Yeah?
Yes, this is Greg.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. So make a motion to accept the agenda for Scituate Board of Health, Monday, June 27th, 2022, 6 p.m. a Zoom meeting.
Second, and I'm in favor.
Okay. Second is from Karen. Doug is also in favor. All right. So scheduled items, discuss and vote 87 Border Street, owner requesting a variance to the Scituate private well regulations. Is that Greg that's handling that?
Yes.
Okay.
So yes, they're requesting a setback to the required variance of 100 feet to 50 feet to the leaching field. And we sent you a picture of the well location.
Looks like we lost Doug.
Oh, yeah.
He should be rejoining now,
Oh, there he is.
hopefully.
All right, I'm back.
Oh,
I got knocked off.
okay. So did you hear what I said? I don't know, Doug, if you heard. They're looking for a setback variance for the required 100 foot.
Joan, it looks like we lost him again.
Oh,
I didn't want to have to repeat it again for the third
Yeah,
time.
I know. I just see him bop off. Doug's in the waiting room.
It should be readmitting him. Oh, okay.
Sorry, Brianna, you're okay. Yeah, everyone good?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
keeps knocking me out. It says the meeting is being live streamed. By staying in the meeting, you consent of being live streamed, any access, and says got it or leaving meeting. But when I hit got it, it just knocks me out.
oh, because I hit got it and I stayed in.
I
Right.
had got it and got stayed in too.
Let me just check again.
Doug, we apologize. It's just you. We put that just directly on you because we like you so much.
All right, Brianna, we want you from now on. Seth, go away. All right, I'm fine now.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, so the 87 border, they're requesting a variance setback from the required 100 foot distance from the well to the leaching field. And it's only going to be, they're asking for 50 feet.
Okay.
I don't know if Greg's on.
Greg, you still on? Yep.
Yes, I am. Yep. Oh, yeah, this is a request just for a well setback for an irrigation well. It wouldn't be used for any potable surface, any potable supply whatsoever. You know, we'd have a sign on it that it's, you know, for irrigation purposes only. Title V requirements are for 25 foot is the minimum setback per Title V. Scituate requires 100 in your local regulations. We're proposing a location that's 50 feet away.
And it's only for irrigation, you said, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Only irrigation. There's no potential for a swimming pool at this site. You wouldn't be, you know, filling up a pool or anything with it. It would just be for irrigation only.
Okay. Joan, I mean, I don't have any questions. Joan, was there anything else? Did we need abutters or anything like that?
The abutters have all been notified prior to the meeting.
Okay.
So I don't know if any of them are on the line.
You wanna
Joan,
see if it-
does this
Go
have to
ahead,
go through conservation, Joe?
Conservation signs off on all the wells. So I sent you a picture. So the well is, the house is in the 100-foot buffer, but the well is right out, right inside of it. So they would have to look at it to approve it. They sign off on all our well permits.
Okay.
It's just when they did the regulation, they did it because people were putting wells too close to leaching fields, and people were feeding their watering their animals, and kids in Pembroke were running through it and got E. coli. So that's why we have the requirement on the regulation that they test every year.
Okay. I can go ahead and make a motion.
For
to-
bacteria. So that's going to be really important for this one, that they continue to do the testing every year on it,
Okay,
if you agree to it.
Before you make a motion, Doug, can you just see if there's anybody?
yeah,
wants to
is
talk?
anyone on for butters or anything to deal with 87 Border Street, Scituate?
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead, Karen.
so I'll make a motion to approve the request for the variance requirements for the town of Scituate private well regulation for the proposed private well setback from the required 100 feet to 51 feet from the current soil absorption system. And this is pending approval from conservation and continuation of annual testing.
Okay, second, I second that, Doug White, and Karen, how do you vote?
Yay.
Okay. All right, then. Then old business, discuss and vote septic design hearing, 5 Williamsburg Lane, Morse Engineering representing homeowner, request of installation of septic system requiring local upgrades and variances.
This was tabled at the May meeting to get more information because they had originally had a septic system that was approved in 2015. There were some questions about things in the previous file, and an extension was not given to the owner when they requested it because the permit was running out. So the previous health director did not approve it. Also the Water Resource Commission meeting in 2015 didn't approve it either. So we went back and we asked Bruce Bach, who originally made a comment about it, and the 2015 file that said, quote unquote, septic systems are not allowed in state regulated zone A's. And so when we reached out to Mass DEP with Brett Rowe, he did confirm that, but he indicated that the variance has to be granted from the Board of Health to put a septic system in a zone A. So we confirmed that with them. Zoning has not completed their review on this site. So just a FYI on that, they're still working on that. So we,
Greg, are you handling this one also?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, I am. So, yeah, if I can respond there, and I apologize. I ran late at a doctor's appointment. I'm on the commuter rail doing this meeting, and I do have Jeff Hassett from my office as well on the call tonight. He has the plan in front of him, so I lack having the plan in front of me. But this project is a single-family home located at 5 Williamsburg Lane, as Joan had just indicated. This was a septic plan that was approved originally back in 2015. We had requested the exact same variance at that time, and the Board of Health granted it at that time. We requested an extension as that permit was expiring, and that extension in 2019 was not granted by the previous health agent. The applicant's bringing forth the same exact plan and requesting the same exact variance that was approved before. The variance is specifically in regards to the setback to the tributary. The tributary here is at the back corner of the property, and extending off of that is what we call a zone A, which is a 200-foot setback. Typically, you keep septic systems outside the 200-foot setback. That's the requirement of 15-11 in Title V, is a 200-foot setback from a septic tank or a leaching field to a tributary. Title V does recognize, however, though, that the local Board of Health can issue variances to those setbacks, and it specifically addresses the setback to a tributary, saying that the Board of Health can issue that setback as long as there's a minimum of 100-foot maintained. And that's the exact case that we have here. We have a site that all of the properties around it have been developed, even though they're within the same Zone A area. On the applicant's property, there is no location to site a septic system outside of the Zone A. And so we have to locate it inside the 200-foot setback. I don't have the exact measurement. Jeff could probably tell you what it is, but I know it is greater than the 100-foot minimum that you're allowed to grant.
That's
And
110
in
feet,
this
right?
case, it's 110 feet is what our proposal is. What we've done is we've proposed a denitrification fast septic system. It would be deed restricted to 3 bedrooms. It would require annual inspection requirements. Again, this is the variance that previously had been granted. I think there was a question at the last meeting on whether this was a variance that the DEP approves or if the local Board of Health can approve it. We reached out directly to Brett Rowe at the DEP, and he responded that it's a local variance that's issued by the local Board of Health. It's not the DEP's call on something like this. There is a separate zoning board application, and the zoning board is looking at this site as well. I would say that your approval of this variance, if you choose to do so, does not mean that the site will get built upon. It needs further relief by the Zoning Board of Appeals. They're reviewing this at their July meeting. So one permit doesn't necessarily have to be contingent on the other, but without both permits in hand, the site is a non-buildable lot. I can turn it over to you if you have a question about the plan or want to discuss the process any further. Be glad to. Thank you.
I don't have any questions. Karen, do you?
Just one, and I'm not an expert on septic design, obviously, but has the design changed since the 2015? Like I'm assuming there's probably been some advances in septic design around, protecting the tributary. So has it changed at all since the original design?
Honestly, the answer is no. It's the same design as was previously approved. It's what's called a microfast system. It's a technology they've been around since pretty much right when Title V came out, 1995. There's a bunch of these microfast systems in the town of Scituate. And then for the leaching system, it's just I believe it's a traditional crushed stone leaching trench system. Again, you see that type of system all over Scituate. But the microfast, it's a technology that's been around 25 years or so. And all the results that I've seen out of those systems show that it's a proven system. It's one of 3 systems that's approved by the state for nitrogen reduction.
Okay, that's helpful. Thank you.
Yep.
I don't have any other questions. Joan, is there anything else, or Drew?
No, the only other thing I want to make note of is that the board has decided, this has been a long time, that they would not grant variances for new construction, and this is new construction. I just want to make that aware to the board that is your standing, whether, however you want to decide to vote on this, because it was already approved at one point. But I just want to make note of that for future people that come in, that the board has decided that they're not going to grant variances because we have denied some in the past because of that. But the board's decided that.
Okay. And does this have to, it still has to go to zoning and planning? Concom?
Conservation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Karen, do you want to make a motion?
I will. I think this is a tough one, but I think we're in a space here where it's been approved before. So I'm going to make a motion to approve it, the septic repair plan with the following variance requested. So the request is for the reduction from 200 feet required setback from the water supply tributary to the SAS and the tank to 100, or I think it's 110. We might want to change that foot setback from tributary to the SAS and the tank. And that's obviously pending Conservation Commission and Zoning Board approval.
Okay, and I second that. Doug White, and Karen, yours was
Yes.
yes. Okay. Any
Great.
other?
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good night.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Bye.
Alrighty. Next is new business. Drew?
So under new business, I did have a individual come in that is very concerned about the release of low-level radioactive water from the Pilgrim reactor into the bay at Cape Cod. So he's gone to different boards of health, and he left a copy here from a Plymouth Board of Health resolution that they adopted and they sent into their legislatures. And I will make this available to you at the next meeting that we have. You can look at it. I know that the town did take a town-wide vote in support of no dumping in, I believe it was May when we had the elections, and that was approved overwhelmingly. This would add on to that. And I just told him that I'd bring it up to you and that I would get back to him.
Okay. Now, is that something that we would have to
Okay.
vote on, or it's
Email a
just to
copy.
make it noted?
It's,
I can
you would
either
have to
look
just
at
vote
your
to make it a
name
resolution
on
to
my
forward it
computer
to,
screen,
our
or I
state
can call you
representatives.
when I decide to call you.
Okay,
I'm just sort of, calling and
Okay.
downloading here
Yep.
a little bit. I mean,
And that's all I have for new business.
okay. Director's report?
So we have 16 sets of plans under 45-day review, 23 as-built waiting. We have 19 in failure, 8 waiting engineering review, and we have, I believe, 7 waiting Concom. The coronavirus is still with us. The hospitalizations are way down. The ICU and intubated individuals are way down. The town has a 7.7% positivity rate. The state's average is 5.6. We are above that. The number of cases that we've had over the last 3 weeks, they've been between 20 and 30 every single week, So we've been pretty steady right in that area there. And, we're just going forward. People know what to do now. And, our vaccination rate did jump up to 87% from 86%. So we have jumped up a little bit higher on that end of it. We've also started beach water testing. We do our tests on Wednesday, get the results Thursday. If we need to retest, we can retest Thursday and get the results by Friday. So we know whether or not the weekend is going to be good. We had all of our beaches pass. They were all 10 or less than 10 on the count, which is a great way to start the summer season. It's always nice to have low numbers because I get nervous when we start having to get to the mean average when we have the geo mean, when sometimes we have numbers from 4 weeks ago that we're still counting that are just crazy. So we're very happy to see the low numbers. We've also started testing. We've licensed all of our swimming pools have been licensed. I think I got the last one last week, right, Joan? I'm pretty sure. So all those are done. We've licensed our only camp, which is the Inley School Camp. We've licensed all of their activities with that. And I believe that is all I have for my director's report. I don't know if Joan has anything to add because sometimes I miss stuff.
No, I think that's it.
Okay,
We did have the mammography van on June 7th, and I think we did like 15, so
Good.
that was good.
Good. Now, will they do that again?
Yes.
Yeah, we do them about twice a year.
Okay. All right. Other business, Board of Health meeting minutes. I didn't see anything on it.
Yeah, I didn't either, so I'll move to approve.
Okay. I second that approval for the Board of Health meeting minutes. So Karen, how do you vote?
Yes,
And Doug votes yes. And then administrative invoices approval.
I have one invoice left. I may end up getting one or two more before the end of the week. We have to have everything in before June 30th. And that way we stay on Nancy Holt's good side, and we always want to be on her good side because she's very good with the money and she does a great job for us here. So I'd just like to have permission to approve, and I don't think there are. I think this is the last one Teresa had, but we might have one or two more depending upon if they come in or not.
Okay. I accept approvals for Drew to sign off.
yep, me as well.
And then if you get anything, you can just email
I
us.
can email and let you know.
All right.
There is one other quick item that I did want to bring up is I believe this is going to be our last Zoom meeting. I
Okay.
believe the state has said that June 30th is the end, and so we will be going back to in-person at Town Hall.
Okay.
Okay,
All right. And that will be July 11th, right?
correct.
Okay.
And I believe we already have a couple of items on for that, don't we, Joan?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. So I make a motion to adjourn the meeting of Scituate Board of Health for Monday, June 27th, 2022. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
And so Doug votes yes, Karen votes.
Yes.
All right. I think that's it. Everyone have a safe 4th of July weekend, and hopefully the weather's just like last weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.